Alright, welcome back to NewZeroland. This is part 5 of our South Island motorcycle road trip series. By this point, I'm sure you're like, dude, can you stop ending your videos with cliffhangers? No. Honestly, from this point on, we had no idea what would happen. The trouble with the Triumph kept getting worse.
Oh, no, not again. Hey, I'm not looking for any trouble.
Maybe trouble looking for you.
Then again, this is an adventure. If everything went smoothly, we wouldn't have any interesting stories to tell.
Suddenly I'm less worried about the electric bike making it. So we're gonna go get some gas for the Triumph and charge up the Energica. Since we stayed at this really fancy hotel, there was nowhere to plug in overnight. But luckily there's a charging station right in town, like about a kilometer away. So we'll charge up and then hit the road. And today we're riding almost 300 kilometers. Well, I think staying here a day and just relaxing and not riding was a great idea. Teapot One actually said for his round the world trip that it's good to stop and take a day off every 3 days, just so you don't get all fatigued, I guess. Oh man, the Triumph does not sound good. Triumph Street Double, running on 2 cylinders. Oh, and it's raining. Ugh.
There wasn't much we could do though to help the weather or the Triumph. We had a schedule to keep and we had to get to Milford Sound tonight, so we just went for it. I mean, is this a let's find out what's wrong with the gas bike trip?
No, I'm a doctor, not a mechanic.
It's meant to be more like Zen and the art of motorcycle charging.
Whoa, 2 charging stations. Which one do I use? I feel so spoiled.
Our plan for the day was to ride from Queenstown to a charging station in Ethol, then continue to Te Anau for a full charge because it would be almost 120 k's to Milford Sound, and we'd have to charge up there overnight.
Because in Milford Sound there still aren't charging stations. The only way was to book accommodation there. And the only way to book accommodation there since it's Christmas is to book it for 2 days. So once again, we'll go on a big epic ride today, and then we're gonna spend all day tomorrow just like enjoying the scenery, hiking around, going on a little boat tour around the sounds and seeing the Southern Alps. So I'm excited.
I felt so bad for Jen though. This was a motorcycle trip, right? So a huge part of it was supposed to be us having fun on our bikes. But when your bike is running like crap, it ruins the whole experience. We genuinely thought getting a gas bike would make it easier to do long road trips and we could just leave the challenge to the electric one. And this is where you guys say, why did you get a Triumph? Hey, Triumphs are awesome, but they are known to have electrical problems. So it could have been bad spark plugs, bad wiring, bad gas. We had no idea, maybe a combination of all of those. But whatever it was also causing the Triumph to overheat, which added even more stress to the trip. Our next charging stop was outside of an art gallery in Ethol. A lot of these charging station places are in gravel parking lots, and so I can't tell you how many times I have to find a giant rock to put on the kickstand because it feels like the bike is just gonna tip over while I'm charging. Scary. Anyway, I spent about 20 minutes on the phone with ChargeNet trying to get it to work. They reset the station twice. I had a few different errors, but now it's working. So I'm gonna go down the street to the cafe. Jen ordered me a breakfast burrito, and I'm so excited. Okay, all right. I guess it's these kind of situations where electric vehicles are kind of frustrating because you don't really know what's going on. You don't know what the errors are, and you don't know how to diagnose them. Whereas with gas bikes, it's like, oh well, it's just overheating, man. Just get a new engine because this one's gonna explode.
By the way, your bike's still on fire.
Huh? Oh, man! Oh.
Moments later.
Alright, breakfast burrito consumed, hot chocolate drank, and I'm feeling good. As long as the bike hasn't tipped over in the gravel, we are ready to hit the road again. Jen's spirits are high. Apparently in 5th and 6th gear, the Triumph doesn't really have any lurchy problems and it feels pretty good. So as long as we just cruise on the highway, I feel like we'll make it. I don't know. I'm optimistic.
Just a little bit of drama, but all good. All good. As long as I don't drop it on the way out of here, should be fine. Oh, big rocks. Oh, shit. Wow, man. All right. Sketchy. These charging stations are not meant for motorcycles, unless you have a dirt bike. Hey, hey. Alright, back on the road. Heading to Te Anau. I think that's how you say it. Let's do it. Yeah. I think it's only like, actually, how far is it? I think 90 Ks or something. Could be pretty far, so I'll just cruise.
More moments later.
Oh yeah, weather's improving, no more rain. I set my cruise control. How cool is that? Just set it to 100 and kind of let it do its thing. If you want to adjust it, I just watched a video by Hades Omega that explains, since I didn't read the manual, you hold the set button on the right and then use the mode button on your left to go up and down in the speed. Pretty sweet though. It makes it so much easier just to stay at the same speed, because over in New Zealand, around Christmas time, there's a 0 tolerance for speeding, so they'll give you a ticket for 1 kilometer over 100, which I'm doing right now. Alright, made it to Te Anau, and the weather is amazing.
We stopped to get fuel for the Triumph first, and this is where things finally took a turn. The Triumph's battery was flat. Suddenly, it was all making sense.
Alright, come on, Triumph. Oh my god. Wow, sounds amazing.
Like it's supposed to.
Yeah. Sounds like a triple again. Okay. So,
It was meant to go slow.
no. Just needs a new battery.
It didn't need a new battery, but we wouldn't find that out until a few days later.
Workout of the day.
In ultimate irony, it was the gas bike that was having electrical problems.
Oh yeah.
Charging up in Te Anau. I think is how you pronounce it. Te Anau? Te Anau?
Like Keanu?
Keanu. Like Keanu. Except not. We need a full charge here because we're going to Milford Sound. So our last charging stop of the day. We've been cruising along at 100 exactly because I set my cruise control for the first time and it's amazing. Yep.
It was like 96 on mine.
Really? Okay. So the speed's off on the dash.
97.
Okay, so I should set it to like 105 or something like that. But actually on this stretch, we're gonna have to go slow because I need to make it 119 Ks. But after that, we can stop and enjoy and hike around and see Milford Sound, and it's gonna be awesome. But the Triumph has been running great. Jen says that it's been the best ever. So maybe it's one of those cases where right before it explodes, it runs great, gives you this false sense of awesomeness. But I don't even know what's going on. But
It just wants to go fast.
yeah, the bike wants to go fast, and so all this slow riding is just killing it. But we had to keep riding slow to make this next leg of the trip to Milford Sounds. I can't tell you how many attempts it took to push start this bike.
Okay. Had to jump start the Triumph again. That's gonna get old. We need to find a new battery for it. Hopefully in, I don't know, Invercargill or something? We'll see. At least we just have one more ride to go and then we can stop for a day, relax and stuff, and then, yeah, sort out a new battery somewhere else. So I just set my cruise control to 80, which is like 50 miles per hour, so we're going really slow, but it's so scenic over here. We just entered a forest, which is really nice. And just to our left, outside of the trees, beyond the trees, is like a big lake and huge snow-capped mountains. So, it's amazing. But yeah, I just wanna go slow to make sure we get there, because this is our last leg that's like kind of stressful. There's a difference between 119 Ks on the map and 119 Ks in real life, where there's a lot of elevation changes. You know, there might be a freaking mountain right in the middle of your trip, and so I think going slower is better, you know, just in case. I just want to clarify, I have the smaller Energica battery, which is why I'm going so slow. My range isn't that much, you know. I usually get like 110 Ks of range, and I'm trying to go 120. If I had a newer Energica with the bigger 21.5 kilowatt hour battery, this trip would be a breeze. So it's not a reflection of all electric motorcycles, and not even all Energicas. It's just, I'm just running what I brung kind of thing. And man, what a beautiful day today has become. It was pouring this morning, and we were cold and miserable, and it was windy and wet, and now it is gorgeous. Ah, this is great. I've never been to Milford Sound when it wasn't raining, so I'm really excited.
I wanted to stop a million times on this road to take photos, shoot videos, but anytime we'd slow down or pull over, the Triumph's engine temp would start going up, and we couldn't turn it off because there was a chance we might not get it started again, which added a whole nother level of stress to the ride. But this road got so good that we didn't want to stop.
Feels like Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, love that game. So we made it to Milford Sound, but we just made it. So as soon as we got here, Jen turned off the Triumph and it will not turn back on. Like the dash won't even light up, nothing. So the battery is completely toast. Even after like hours of riding, it just didn't recharge the battery. I'm guessing the battery was just dead, completely dead. But I'm gonna try and charge it up. So the place we're staying, the Milford Sound Lodge, has this little like, it's like this battery pack charger jump starter thing, I guess. So I'm gonna try that and see if we can plug in the gas bike. That's what we've come to. Yeah, working. All right, I'm gonna leave that plugged in for a bit and see if it helps. The bike is plugged in the coolest place to park your bike, right outside our little chalet. The most fancy place we're staying at so far. Hardest to get to, but most worth it. And that road was so good. One of the best roads we've ever been on. Just the variety of it, like going from like the valley with huge crazy mountains, and then you're in the forest and there's like indoor speeder bike style stuff, and like with the sun shining through the trees, so good. And then like super tight Japanese toge style stuff, and then coming down you get like the Alps, like Stelvio Pass, kind of really tight twisties, and it was so steep that at 25% battery my range was 245 kilometers, just because we were going downhill and I was regenning the whole way. It was just, it was amazing. Blew my mind. But now we're gonna go explore some of Milford Sound, and we're taking tomorrow off so we can go and just, you know, enjoy this place.